So now we're going to talk about VTIs, or transitive inanimate verbs. Just kind of a reminder, there's four main types of verbs in Potawatomi. We have VAIs, which are basic like I do it, I sit, I read, I eat. But you're not actually talking about what you do it with. You're not saying I read the book or I sit in a chair. You're just saying I do that item. Once you start talking about what you're interacting with, you need to use a VTI. So if you say I eat chicken, you're going to have to use a VTI. If you just say I eat, you just use your basic VAI. The other types of verbs we have are VIIs, which are a lot of times adjectives in English, to be big, to be small. And then VTAs, which are when an animate person, such as myself, interacts with somebody else. So I talk to him, he talks to me, they talk with us. So with these VTIs, the pattern itself is very similar to the VAI pattern. You'll see the N at the front, the G for you, either nothing on the verb, or the W for he or she, the N and the men for we but not you, the G and the men for we all, the G and the M for you all. Now this one, they, though, is a little different. They is different. Like they, you add this awa, and then you see this N and EN at the end. I'll explain that in just a second. So you have, in this form, you have a singular form and a plural form. So nawabdan, I see it. Nawabdanen, I see them. The en, though, is very similar to how we pluralize objects too, like dopwin is a table, dopwinen are tables, so something inanimate. So nawabdan, I see it. Nawabdanen, I see them. Gawabdan, you see it. Gawabdanen, you see them. With either the W or nothing on it. Wabdan, he or she sees it. Wabdanen, he or she sees them. Nawabdan, now this right here at this little section, it's it or them. So you don't have to do anything different. Nawabdamen, we but not you see it or them. And again, that we but not you means you're excluding the person you're talking to from that. So like if I said, you know, we're going to the store, if I use this form, it would be, I'd be excluding the person I'm talking to, versus we all are going to the store. So it's a little more direct in Potawatomi. In English, if we said that, you might go, oh, we're going to the store? No, no, no. We're going to the store. You're not coming, you know. So it's a little more direct and even a little more polite, I think. So again, nawabdamen, we but not you see it or them. Gawabdamen, we all see it or them. Gawabdam, you all see it or them. Wabdanawa, or some people put an extra W up here, wabdanawa, but wabdanawa, they see it. Wabdanawan, they see them. So the main difference here between the AI pattern and this is you have a way of pluralizing. There's an EN at the end on several of these except for the we's and the you all. The they is also a little bit different, but they still have a very similar pattern to our VAIs. Okay, another example using biadon, which means to bring it. Nabiadon, I bring it. Nabiadonen, I bring them. Gabiadon, you bring it. Gabiadonen, you bring them. Just nothing on it, or wabiadon, he or she brings it. Biadonen, he or she brings them. Nabiadomen, we but not you bring it or them. Gabiadomen, we all bring it or them. Gabiadom, you all bring it or them. Biadonawa, they bring it. Biadonawan, with the N, they bring them. These ones right here, it's in context. So if I said, you know, Gabiadomen ni dopwinen, you know, we're going to bring those tables. Well, you know it's them because I used dopwinen, plural. If I said Gabiadomen e dopwin, you would know that we're bringing it, we're bringing that table. So it's all in context with that. Okay, here's the past and the future with this, again, VTI independent. The endings on all of these verbs, the way that you can recognize them when you first see them is they usually end in non, or con, or don, or don, or son, or tone. Those are the common endings that you see with these VTI verbs. They're pretty much the same as the previous pattern, or same as the present tense. All we've done is we've added the gi in here for the past, or the we for the future. And again, it's very similar to our VAI pattern, except that we have a singular and a plural, and the they is a little bit different. So, Nagi wabdan, I saw it. Nagi wabdanin, I saw them. Gagi wabdan, you saw it. Gagi wabdanin, you saw them. Gi wabdan, or wagi wabdan, he or she saw it. Wagi wabdanin, he or she saw them, or just without the W. Nagi wabdamin, we but not you saw it or them. Gagi wabdamin, we all saw it or them. Gagi wabdam, you all saw it or them. Gi wabdanawa, they saw it, or gi wabdanawan, they saw them. And again, you can put the W on there. Some people will. They'll say wagi wabdanawa, wagi wabdanawan. Okay, over here is the future. Basically, it's the same thing. We're just sticking the we in there. Nawi wabdan, I will see it. Also, one thing to note with the future, it also can be translated as a desire, something that you want to do. So this same sentence could also mean, I want to see it, as well as I will see it. Nawi wabdan, I will see it. Nawi wabdanin, I will see them. Gawi wabdan, you will see it. Gawi wabdanin, you will see them. W on it or not, we wabdan, he or she will see it. We wabdanin, he or she will see them. No, we wabdamin, we but not you will see it or them. Ka we wabdamin, we all will see it or them. Ka we wabdam, you all will see it or them. We wabdanawa, they will see it. Or we wabdanawan, they will see them. Again, it's all about these patterns. As a second language learner, you just got to memorize these patterns. And if you can get these basic patterns down, you will really be on a way to speaking a ton of Potawatomi. Basically, what you want to do is work on those VAIs first and master those. And there's basically 7 of those because they go kind of hand in hand with these. And then if you can get these secondly, boy, you can say all kinds of things in the language. You really can just start talking about just about anything you can imagine. Okay, the negative with these VTIs, independents. Okay, as always in the independent, we have to have cho. You have to have cho. You cannot leave it out. And then we've got our C, which is our negation marker. Now, the only little difference that you may see here is some speakers will make this A into more of an E sound. So it'd be cho nawab desin versus cho nawab dasin. Either way you say that makes sense to me. So, cho nawab dasin, I don't see it. Cho nawab dasinin, I don't see them. Cho gawab dasin, you don't see it. Cho gawab dasinin, you don't see them. Cho wabdasin, he or she doesn't see it. Or cho wabdasinin, he or she doesn't see them. Cho nawabdasimin, we but not you don't see it or them. Cho gawabdasimin, we all don't see it or them. Cho gawabdasim, you all don't see it or them. Cho wabdasinawa, they don't see it. Cho wabdasinawan, they don't see them. You will notice that the C is inside here before the nawa. It doesn't come at the end, or sometimes it'll be at the end of it. So it's kind of inside of it. And that's the negative. Pretty simple, easy peasy. Now, for the conjunct. The conjunct is even easier because in the conjunct form, it's it or them on all of them. Now, the one thing that's a little different in the conjunct is that all of them that end in that an, they end in don or non or con or san, they're a little bit different here where they go damon, damin, duk, damak, damgol, damuk, damwat. Okay, it's very similar still to our yan, yin, T, you go, because there's the an like in yan, there's the en and like yin. This one's completely different. But here's the ak like in yak, the go and like you go. Here's the uk and yuk. There's the wat. So they're still very somewhat similar. But all of them that end like this do this. Now the ones that end in tone and don all they do is take the N off and they do the yan, yin, ti, yak, just like the AI verbs. But all of these, don, non, con, san, any of them that end in an, they do this little daman, damen. So, wabdaman, I see it or them. Wabdamen, you see it or them. Wabduk, he or she sees it or them. Wabdamak, we but not you see it or them. Wabdamgo, we all see it or them. Wabdamuk, you all see it or them. And some people say, instead of muck, they say mak right there. Wabdamak or wabdamuk. Wabdamwat, they see it or them. Again, the conjunct one's a little bit easier. I mean, in the sense of it's just it or them. I know it changes a little bit here, but again, just a pattern to kind of put in your mind and memorize. And once you get it down, it'll be easy. Like here it is with a couple more examples. We got biskan, the verb to put it on, like a piece of clothing. Dagnan, the verb to touch it. Same thing. It just, the last letter, the A turns into an E, and so it becomes eman, emen, uk. So biskaman, I put it on. Biskamin, you put it on. Biskuk, he or she puts it on. Biskamak, we but not you put it on. Biskamgol, we all put it on. Biskamuk, you all put it on. Biskamwat, they put it on. This verb here is the verb dagnan. It ends in non. The an disappears and it becomes an e-mon. Dagnaman, I touch it. Dagnamin, you touch it. Dagnuk, he or she touches it. And again, it or them. Dagnamak, we but not you touch it or them. Dagnamgol, we all touch it or them. Dagnamuk, you all touch it or them. Dagnamwat, they touch it or them. So again, it's it or them on all these, and it's basically the A turns into an E, and then it becomes mon, men, mak, you know, the K there, magol, muk, wat. Okay. So with our VTI verbs, we also have the ones that end in don or tone. Now the nice thing about these type though is they do follow exactly like the VAI pattern. So it's yan for I, it's yin for you, it's ti for he or she, it's yak for us but not you, yago for us all, yuk for you all, wat for them. So maji doyan, and maji don is a verb to take it. Maji doyan, I take it. Maji do yin, you take it. Maji dot, he or she takes it. Maji do yak, we but not you take it. Maji do yago, we all take it. Maji do yuk, you take it. And again, it can be it or them. Maji do wat, they take it or them. So again, with these, it's it or them. So it could be, you could be taking, you know, one table or two tables, or three bags or one bag, you know. Biadoyan is bring it, okay? Biadoyan. So bring it again or them with this. Biadoyan, I bring it or them. Biadoyin, you bring it or them. Biadot, he or she brings it or them. Biadoyak, we but not you bring it or them. Biadoyago, we all bring it or them. Biadoyuk or yak, you all bring it or them. Biadowat, they bring it or them. So the nice thing with these ones, again, that end in don or they end with tone, you just drop the N and you slap the normal endings that you're used to with your VAI verbs. The other ones, the ones that end in AN, so the dons, the cons, the sans, all those, they have the, where they lose the E and then it becomes eman, emen, uk, etc., like we just talked about. Okay, with these VTI verbs in the conjunct, the past, the future, and negation or negative are very simple. Bawa is added to the front for negative. You don't need to use cho. And again, when do we use conjunct? We use conjunct when there's more than one verb in the sentence. Usually the second verb will fall into the conjunct. We also use the conjunct when there is a who, what, when, where type question, when you're asking a more complicated, more in-depth question. Nipija, nijapi, wek nija, what. You're using the conjunct. Also, sometimes in longer songs and prayers, you might see something stay more into the conjunct. So all we got to do is throw this bawa at the front for negation. To do the past, all you have to do is put the ga or egi at the front. That's the past. For the future, you just throw a wa or ewi at the front. Pretty simple. So here's an example with wabduk. He or she, this by itself would be he or she sees it or them. Bawa wabduk, he or she didn't see it or them. Bawa wabduk. Ga wabdum wat. They did see it or them. Ga, the past. Wabdum wat. They did see it or them. Now I could have used egi here also. Either one works, either ga or egi. So down here I used ewi for the future. I could have used wa. Ewi wabdaman. I will see it or them. Ewi wabdaman. I will see it or them. And something to always remember with the future can also be a desire, something you want to see. So it could also kind of indicate I want to see it or them, or I will see it or them. Again, pretty simple in the conjunct. It all goes right on the front of the verb, the bawa for the past, the ga or egi, the bawa for the negative, the ga or egi for the past, the wa or ewi for the future. Pretty simple. Let's see here. And finally, we have the imperative and the prohibitive form. The imperative is the command form, where you're telling somebody to do something. So, wabdun, look at it or them. Again, it's it or them. Wabdamok, you all look at it or them. So this is a little different. This is damok. So, wabdamok. Biskin-e, put on. Now here's an example, actually. Biskin-e wiokwan, put on that hat. You're telling one person to do it. Biskin-e wiokwan, put on that hat. Dognan-e gajosh, telling one person, touch your nose. Dognan-e gajosh, your nose. Dognamok-e gajosh, everybody touch your nose. Dognamok-e gajosh. This might be something you use, maybe you're doing Simon Says with kids or something like that. I can't imagine any other situation where you'd have everyone in a room touch your head, touch your leg. But maybe you're doing the hokey pokey or something, I don't know. Okay, then the prohibitive form, we have our gago at the front always, and we always have to have either that can or kak, okay? Gago wabdakan, don't look at it or them. Gago wabdakak, don't you all look at it or them. Maybe you're talking about something you bought for somebody, you don't want them to see the present or something. Gago wabdakan-e mingoswin, don't look at that gift. Gago wabdakak ni mingoswinen, don't look at those gifts, telling a bunch of people. Again, it can be it or them. Gago biskakan, don't put that on. You know, maybe you just bought it for him and you want him to wear it for, you know, netum gijget skongum gok, first day of school maybe. Gago biskakan-e shka biskawagan. Don't put on that new shirt. Gago biskakan. So don't put on it or them. Gago biskakak. Don't you all put on it or them. The only one thing I didn't put up here is also with this, like the ones that end in don or tone. All you got to do is it's not going to be it's not going to be this demok over here. It's just going to be, so like with be a don, it's just be a don. It's saying bring it, be a don, and then be a dok, you all bring it, be a dok. So, and that's it. Yep.